haven't talked about this part of my life in a while. But it's all a part of the story I'm about to tell. I've been going back and forth in my head about what I really want to do with this channel. Do I want to keep it strictly personal finance? No, not really. Definitely don't want to turn into a basketball channel. So the past few months, I've really been contemplating exactly what I want to do. And through all that thinking, I really decided that I just wanted to document my life and my journey. So this is the first day of a new branding for the channel. I think over the past 4 or 5 months that I haven't been posting, I think I really just miss building something. And as you may already be able to tell, there's been a lot of changes that happened in my life personally. I've gotten a new job, my family moved into a new home. In the last video I made, I left you guys on a cliffhanger about me going to the NBA G League training camp. So to address that elephant in the room, I had an idea when I was going to the training camp that I was going to record a daily vlog of every single day that the training camp was going on. I had it all planned out. I even had the first, I would say 80% of that video recorded. And then I sort of just lost momentum in myself. To give you some context, I tried out to the NBA G League. I made the Birmingham Squadron training camp, and the training camp was about 14 days long. I quickly realized after making the first day or two of camp that it wasn't just about being a good basketball player. It was more about how you gel with that particular organization system, what they needed at the time. And this video isn't really to talk about that. It's more to get back recording in a sense. Long story short, I made it all the way of the 14 days until the last day of training camp. And then the day before the first game, I was cut. And I sort of knew it was coming because I was getting less and less playing time in the practices as the camp was coming to an end. I thought I had a good chance of making a team. And then once I got cut at the end, I was a little bit discouraged, and that kind of threw me off my game a bit mentally. So I decided to scrap the whole series. And over the past few months, I've actually been contemplating of editing and re-uploading that video into one long video on the channel. But for my sake, I probably will leave that portion of my life behind me. So what are these videos going to look like now? In the past on this channel, I have been known to talk about Roth IRAs, investing, side hustles, a lot of different ways to make money. I have gone through a journey to where I sort of just stopped caring about money for money's sake. I have adopted the notion, this may be weird to hear from me, that money really isn't real. They print it every day. It's always changing hands. And I haven't been finding the fulfillment from investing for investing's sake, doing stock market analysis. And I don't know, it was a little bit weird for me to go through that journey because as on this channel, I've always been the one to talk about finances. And this new video style I'm going to be making is really going to be geared towards, I call it a letter to my younger self. What I would have told myself at 18 years old. I'm going to be trying to upload as much as possible. You know how that goes for me. But each video is going to be a topic that I feel that I would want my younger self to hear. Now, because of who I am as a person, that will include a good bit of personal finance topics, such as paying down debt, investing in the right things, long-term investing options like rental properties, but it's also going to include a lot of faith-based advice. That's something that I tended to avoid on this channel, and I feel that that may have also led to a little bit of the unfulfillment that I felt, because I am a big person in my faith. I do read my Bible. I am a Southern Christian, and that sort of faith runs pretty deep in the South and in me as well. And I think that I want to use this platform, however small that may be, in order to be an advocate for that faith. But going back to this channel, when I first started this channel 5 years ago, actually, I think my only goal behind making this channel was to make money. I saw the Graham Steffens of the world. I saw a lot of the personal finance YouTubers making $100,000 a month. And I thought that if I could build that channel, then I wouldn't have to work in the corporate world. I could do what I want whenever I wanted, and I wouldn't be able to be a slave to the 9-to-5 life. And what that has led me to do, unfortunately, in the early years, was to focus heavily on the subscriber count, on the AdSense revenue, and less on the impact that I felt the content was making. I would be looking up video ideas based on what videos did well for other people, and I wouldn't really focus on what videos I enjoyed making. And when I look back at my journey here on the channel, I really feel that some of the videos that I am most proud of, some of the videos that make me the happiest, are not the ones with the most views, but they are the ones that I actually had fun. I felt like that I was able to expand out my comfort zone, and I wasn't just sitting in a chair talking about some investing topic that I had already read 1,000 times. One of my favorite videos, and actually one of my more popular videos now, is me trying out to the NBA G League in Dallas, Texas, or in Frisco, Texas. That video had nothing to do with personal finances, but it was all about the completion of a goal. Just trying something out of the blue, and I ended up making it to the Dallas Mavericks practice facility at the end of that day. And another one of my favorite videos that actually doesn't have a lot of views is the DoorDash series that I was doing. That video was not profitable for me in a time sense because of how much time that it took in order for me to go out and do those deliveries, but just from an emotional journey, just talking to the camera, just being outside of my comfort zone, I really had a lot of joy making those videos. Now, a lot of the other videos I like making was the building a stock market portfolio, but it was much less of those filler videos, I would say, about how to invest in the stock market and other things. Now, and for me, it really was because I wasn't making videos that I would want to watch. I don't think I was making videos geared to my younger self that would help me. And now when I pick up this camera and I set it up, I really feel that I want to make videos that in a hypothetical world, I would put in a box, ship it to myself at 18 years old when I was just getting into college, just about to start my career at Auburn University, and say, here, watch these things. It will help you out a lot. I promise you. And that's it. And going into the hiatus that I took, I read something that really enlightened me. That the majority of life does not happen in the highs and the lows. Yes, there are opportunities for you to have big achievements, for you to be praised, for you to get that thing that you always wanted. And yes, there will be moments where you feel your mental health is at its lowest, your faith is at its lowest, and overall, you feel like a failure. You feel like you didn't accomplish what you set out to do, which is what I felt at times with my basketball career, with this YouTube channel at times, and basically, and honestly with my 9-to-5. But the majority of life doesn't happen in those high and lows. The majority of life happens in the middle. It happens in the areas where you don't have a clear goal. You don't have a clear objective that you want to reach. You just show up and you do what you said you were going to do, and you just build anyways. And one of my biggest fears that when I left this earth was that I would not have utilized a desire or a passion or a talent that God has given me to utilize. I had a couple people ask me, why do I make YouTube videos? At this point, it's not for the money. It's been 5 years on the channel. I've posted 400 videos. I've made roughly $20,000, $15,000 to $20,000 from AdSense. And I keep coming back, not for the point that I want to make more money on the channel, but that I want to build something. I want to build a community of people who are like-minded as me and who understand the value of making good of a bad situation. So this channel going forward is really going to be covering what life looks like in the middle. I may throw in a couple of day in the life videos, but I really want to sort of video journal how I did what I did, even if it's not the best that someone could do. And I want to get the criticisms of how I can do better. As of right now, I am 26 years old, and me and my wife just bought our, for all intents and purposes, dream home. We have everything that we could ask for in terms of love and family, even if that doesn't include a $1 million bank account. We have been blessed in so many ways, and I personally don't think that it was a far out thing to do at 26. If you haven't heard of me before, this is actually the second house that me and my family have bought. The first one is a rental property, and as you will come to know, we have a great bit of investments in the stock market, but I will cover all of that in a later video. But as I said, right now, my goals are less financial, and my goals are how can I free up my time to do something that is important to me. I have always attempted to or have worked a remote work arrangement, which allows me a lot of free time for not traveling to the office and not doing things that a normal 9-to-5 person would do, such as sit and waste time. And in those moments in the past is when I would make videos on this YouTube channel. However, I have now transitioned those moments to building my faith as a man and as a follower of Christ in order to lead a life that I feel that Jesus would be proud of me to live. And as I laid in bed some nights, especially in the last 5 months, I would always think, am I doing enough? Am I utilizing the skills that God has given me, or am I just coasting through with the bare minimum? I have a lot of ideas coming forward. There are a lot of things that I wish to do for this channel and for this community that I've built over the last 5 years. And my goal is to help at least one person per video with these videos. I don't care if this one video gets 0 views, but my goal is to become disciplined with this dream of this channel so that I could see it through. And I don't want to ramble too much because there's a lot that can be said in future videos. But for now, in this video, it's not about what it takes to go viral. It's not about how to have the best SEO. I'm just glad that I turned the camera on and showed up.